Today we're doing our Q&A with you guys. We're going to answer a lot of questions. We're going to talk about everything from how do you find the one to marry, to money, to parenting and keeping your energy levels up and losing weight, and lots of stuff we're going to be answering for you guys. But one of you guys asked a question specifically for Hannah and Zeke, and they're already in bed, so I'm going to go ask them real quick. Let's start with Zeke. Hey little guy, you awake? Yeah. Woo! Okay, so what is your favorite thing about having a little sister?
Daddy.
Daddy's your favorite thing?
Yeah.
Okay, good answer. Hannah, you still awake? Ooh, we got a flashlight. Woo! Okay, what's your favorite thing about having a baby sister?
I like playing with her and I like her, open her eyes and talk to her.
Yeah. And what do you want to do with her when she gets older? Do you have anything you want to play with her or do with her when she gets older?
I want her to pull me in a wagon.
You want her to pull you in a wagon?
When she gets bigger.
Okay.
When she gets strong muscles.
Just like you? You're so cute. I love you, Hannah. Time for us to answer the rest of you guys' question. Lucy S. said, my question is, what genre of books do you guys like to read in your spare time? I've been mostly reading business books lately, entrepreneurial books about starting and managing and running and your own business and all that kind of stuff.
Is that your top choice, though? Like, if you...
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I think I'm really interesting. Yeah.
Most of the books that I end up reading are usually, like, parenting books or... Yeah, parenting books. But books that I really, really enjoy are... The number one series I really enjoy is by Thomas Kincaid and Catherine Spencer. They actually have a series of his, like, lighthouse pictures that he does. It's like a series of like scene that would happen in like one of those towns. Aaron Habaha asks, how long do you think you'll make videos for? And we don't actually know. It's actually been something, just to be totally honest with you guys, that we've been thinking about lately is not well, there's why we do this, but also the should we do this and what it means for our family and stuff. So we've been thinking about that, but we don't really have an answer yet and don't really know. Not sure.
You'll find out with us. Aaron and someone else also asked this about how do we come up with our kids' names?
I think Hannah was just the first name that both of us liked, and we liked the story in the Bible about Hannah. Who's
like really passionately like seeking God and saying, God, will you please, be a part of this thing in my life? And he did, and she was faithful to her commitment that she made to him.
And then Ezekiel was, I think that was more of your idea for Ezekiel, because you were reading the book of Ezekiel. And
it's a guy who obediently followed God no matter what God asked him to do, even if it was really strange and unusual, but he did it in order to be kind of a voice in a picture in the culture around him. So.
And we chose those names for Hannah and Zeke because that's somebody who has a really good faith story, and we would like for them to grow up and have a really good faith story themselves. And then Hallie got her name because when we were in Haiti, Tim and I were talking about names, and then Sunday we were there worshiping with the Haitians, and the only word that I could understand in that service and be able to worship along with the Haitians was the word hallelujah. And so I was kind of thinking like that. I was like, oh, well, I can go to I've gone to Mexico before and I can sing hallelujah with them. And then my first Sunday that I was back at our home church here, one of the songs that we sang was hallelujah. And that really stuck out to me.
Hallie is the first 5 letters of the word hallelujah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So we shortened that down and got Hallie out of that, and yeah.
Monique Robb asked, was it hard to get your diet goal? Yes. She told me it was going to be super easy, Dana did, and I was like, okay. And then it was like, I ended up not really eating a whole lot that last day just to make weight, and I did, but...
Yeah.
Just
and I actually woke up that morning that I had to weigh in and was 0.1 over my goal, and so I got on the treadmill for 20 minutes and ran it off.
Heather wrote and asked, you are also positive. How do you keep a positive, godly joy when drama comes your way or when you are so sleepy you can't sleep, Dana? You're both a joy to watch. So how do you stay positive?
We don't video when I'm in a bad mood. That's one that helps. I have actually been working on that a whole lot because I have an issue with not being positive as much as I think I should. And our family is the first one that kind of takes the brunt of that. And so I have actually been writing down scriptures that I want to meditate on to be able to just keep those in my mind and a reminder of how I should be acting because I am a child of God.
Blue Flower 951 says, Dana always seems so organized no matter how much she doesn't believe it. So my question for you is, do you have any tips for how to stay organized through my last year of school?
For me, I have to have like a calendar, like a visual like paper calendar to look at. I use my Google Calendar on my phone all the time and on my computer. But if it's something that I really need to focus on and be serious, I have to like write it out on, like I usually post my calendar on my fridge or have like I don't know, a board or something that I can post it on. In college, I think I actually even like plastered my walls with stuff to keep me organized. But I just had to have it somewhere that you could like visualize and see like, when is this project due? When is this paper due? Should I work on it like how many like days before, and then I can rest and come back to it.
Noah's Ark 1962 asks, have you ever studied end time prophecy? Yes, I have.
No.
Ari Noel, I believe is how you say it, says, I have a question about how you began living debt-free. I'm currently in a position to save quite a bit of my monthly pay, but when I get married in summer 2014, congratulations, I am assuming my next career move won't have the same capabilities of saving as much as a single person. How do you encounter buying cars and houses, if applies, or using financial peace approach? Well, the way we did it, actually, we just read Dave Ramsey's book.
Total Money Makeover.
We just followed that book, and it's like been a little over 4 years now, been completely debt-free, and one of the best decisions, choices, things we've ever done. Way better than the diet bet, that's for sure.
But definitely now, before you get married, is the time to totally like tackle it, work your hardest, like even pick up a couple extra jobs if you can. Dave Ramsey also recommends like not working on your fiance's debt, work on your own debt and tackle that and get that out of the way. And then when you're married, that's when your finances are going to come together and you will work together on that.
My advice would just be for both you and your fiance to be as much on the same page financially as you can. I know, like, in the beginning, like, you feel like, oh, we've talked about it, we are, but there's nothing like actually living it together that will actually show you where you don't agree, even if you've kind of don't experience of that now. So going through Financial Peace University or something like that together is definitely a plus. Kathy says she has a load of questions, and she was correct. First one is, are you going to homeschool the kids all through the school years? We don't know. We're going to start. And
we'll take it 1 year
like
at a time and see how it goes.
When are you going to start homeschooling them?
Kind of already did a little bit this last year just to play around with it, to see how I liked it, how the kids like it. And I think all of us really do enjoy doing the school deal. I just had to find time to organize and plan ahead.
Kathy also asks, you talked about Zeke being too cuddly with girls. Do you have any resolutions for that problem?
I don't know.
Nah, not really.
Just kind of wait. I guess we just wait and see how he continues. Because he's also been more cuddly with us too lately.
Yeah,
so
he's a cuddly guy.
Yeah.
What do you eat for breakfast?
Most of the time, I have been eating my oatmeal with frozen fruits in it and some Splenda. Not Splenda. Truvia.
And I usually eat cereal, fruit, smoothies, just kind of whatever we have around. That's quick because I'm usually like in a rush to just get out the door. And Kathy's last question, do you have any advice about finding the right partner or boyfriend/girlfriend? For me personally, you know, being Christian, I don't think that it's so much about like having to go out and find that person. I feel like it's more about waiting for that person, because if you believe in God and you trust that He is in control of the point of your life, then for me, I'm Dana's first boyfriend, and Dana is my second girlfriend. The first one was a whole nother story, but so obviously. I feel like it's about waiting rather than
seeking.
We can talk more about that, I'm sure, but that's it in the show.
For me, I think it helped a whole lot to like just be friends with people. I definitely had crushes, big time. I don't know any girls that really didn't have crushes.
I mean, you had a big crush on me.
Well, of course.
Sorry.
But a lot of it, I've learned a whole lot more by just being friends with guys like that I didn't even have crushes on, and just learning how to, I don't know, just be cool with them. And then I didn't really feel like I needed to date somebody when I had my guy friends that I could just hang out with and just had like a normal friendship. I know that is kind of hard for some girls to do though. So if it's hard for you, then I recommend not doing that and kind of protecting your heart. A really good book that I highly recommend for any woman, even married, but definitely single women, is the book called Lady in Waiting by Jackie Kendall, and it is just an incredible book. I have actually even read it a couple of times being married, and just because it's a really good reminder of a lot of the times there are holes that God is supposed to be filling in our life that we sometimes try to fill with a guy. And I know that I do that too, even being married. Sometimes I expect him to fill something that God should actually be filling in my life.
Blue Flower 951 asks another question. What is your favorite subjects when you were in your final years of school, and what subjects did you hate? I didn't really have any favorite subjects. I was okay at math, so I didn't mind it. Subjects I hated was definitely languages. I am no bueno at Espanol, and I had Greek in college and seminary. It's just not good.
My favorite languages, my favorite subjects growing up were math, definitely, and sometimes science. I was horrible at English and history and everything. I'm definitely a hands-on learner, so I need something that I can actually like manipulate and figure out.
Carrie Tate asks, how do you find your spiritual gift besides praying about it? Personally, I mean, there's lots of little tests and quizzes and stuff you can take online, and they'll tell you, you know, but they all pigeonhole you into like a list of like, you know, set list of different options you could have as a gift, right? And for me, I'm not overly concerned about identifying what it is as much as I am just serving the best way I know how and letting it just express itself naturally. Becca Chase Wolf asks, my question is for Dana. I don't have any kids, and in midday I feel drained. How do you keep up with 3 small kids and nursing? Do you find that exercise keeps your energy up, and what would you recommend?
Exercise definitely makes a huge difference. I notice when I make the time to exercise, I definitely have a whole lot more energy. And eating healthier makes a huge difference too. Eating fruits and vegetables. I have a hard time fitting my vegetables in though.
And plenty of sleep makes a difference.
But I'm constantly eating fruit, and sleep is a huge difference. I will take a nap most days if I can get the kids to take a nap. But usually the days that I try to get them to take a nap, I end up not being able to take a nap. So I kind of sometimes put them in front of the TV, and then I can go take a nap while they just have some rest time. Brooke
Sword asks, are you guys going to have any more kids or pets? Kids? Maybe. She's not really ready to talk about it yet.
I actually get kind of mad at him whenever he even jokes around.
Mad. You're just so like, I don't want to talk about that right now.
No.
Yeah. So maybe more kids. Pets, not anytime soon. And Nicole White says, hi. Hi, Nicole. And Jamie Little says, are you still doing preschooling? Talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, right now I'm taking a break, and hopefully in the fall I can start kicking off and doing a lot more when Hallie's not eating so much.
The kids like it. They ask, like, can we do school?
They do. Like, that's like Hannah's favorite thing.
You're not normal, kid.
And they eat their vegetables first.
So, well, thank you guys for all your questions. It's been fun. If you have any other questions you'd like us to answer, you can comment below, and we'd love to get to those in a future video. But thanks for letting us just share a little bit of our lives with you, and we hope that it inspires you, encourages you, teaches you, you know, whatever that we have, you know, that we feel like hopefully we could give that would be beneficial for you. So thank you for giving us the opportunity and the privilege to do that. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow for VEDA number 21.
Bye.
Bye.